Hello, crafty friends. This is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to this month's card club. My card club is Card on Blue. And this month, you have selected, meaning you, the card club members, have selected Sea Turtle as the stamp set. This is really a fun, reversible stamp set. So we're going to feature it with these two cards, very simple, using your kit. And this is what a kit looks like. Already too late to sign up for August, but go ahead and use the link in the description if you'd like to sign up for the September kit, which features handmade hugs. And there's a link to that in the description of this video where it says Paper Chef's offerings. So we're going to open up the Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. You have more than enough to make 2 of each card design. Maybe we'll change it up a little. You also have in your kit Hello Irresistible. There'll be a separate video on the cards we make with that. I'll just go ahead and show you those anyway. We're going to be making these 2 cards. We make 4 cards every month. So later we'll be making these cards. We'll put those over there. Totally different color palette. That's why I do that separately. You got some bonus paper, Splendid Day. You have all your card bases, all your die cut pieces, all your punched out shapes. Today we'll be working with Very Vanilla. Next time we'll be working with Basic White. And you have all of the pieces cut for you, except for the DSP. So you're going to go ahead and take out your boho blue and mossy meadow sheets, like so. And for the rest of you, you'll have to create your card bases and catch up to those of you that didn't get spoiled by me by having all of this done for you. It's really a labor of love. And you'll love being part of the card club because there's lots of surprises in addition to the things I'm showing you here. Every 6 months, you get a swag bag. You have little things in your kit, extra little embellishments and ribbons and things. Like today we'll be using some wild weed. I'm just going to open up a new one. Or not a new one, but one that my mom already wrapped. This month you also got some dimensionals. You even got some opal rounds, which aren't even available anymore. But you can also use some of these flat back pearls, which are available. And then these little blue gems, which go with your... I got those on clearance before, but I can't remember what they're actually called. Maybe it says it here. No, I didn't label that. But your little treat. This was mini dimensionals, black and white. And like I said, there's surprises for being in my club. But that's only if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., you can't join this particular club. So let's go ahead and do the outer pieces. So you're going to get this one with the plaid gingham looking piece. Oh, by the way, this is the Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. This is available now. I'm just looking for the pieces I need in the annual catalog. That's another piece I need right there. Right? It's really fun. I thought it would go really well with sea turtles. And this, we're going to use this piece for the middle and this piece for the middle. So you saw all the patterns. They comes in a 12 by 12. These are 6 by 6 the way you get them in your kit. Double-sided, but it comes in a 12 by 12 pack. So let's cut the outer pieces first. Just put them on your trimmer. And go ahead and cut them 4 by 5 1/4. Actually, my trimmer's upside down. Upside down, you're turning me. All right, couldn't resist. All right, so 5 1/4 by 4. So then you'll have extra pieces. And you can use these for bookmarks and other fun things. So those are your pieces that you need, 5 1/4 by 4. And then we need the insides, 4 1/4 by 3. So let's go ahead and do those insides. 4 1/4. I'm just going to do this 3 side. Now, the only thing to note about the 3 side is it needs to be like this. Okay, so watch. I'm going to do the 3 side first, the 3 inches. And I did that so you can get as much out of your paper as possible. So look, 3, because you got to watch how the pattern goes. Now check this out. Pattern, oh my gosh, it wasn't 3, it was 3 1/4. Well, that's a good thing we have extra paper. I'll write these down for you, don't worry. And, okay, here we go. 3 1/4. Okay, don't follow along with me just yet. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, here we go. I thought I had this one memorized. This is one I use all the time. All right, so but either way, you get the idea. It's the pattern has to go like that. 3 1/4. Okay, thought I had it memorized yet. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. That better be right. Otherwise, I'm out of paper. Well, I'm not completely out of paper, but I'm out of paper like within reach of this. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I had to write it down before I forget it. Do you ever get a phone number in your head and you have to write it down real quick? So the other one was 5 1/4 by 4. So here's our DSP. 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 All right, we'll write our cardstock down later. Let's do this layering. And we're going to put the ribbon around both pieces. So let's do, for this one, we're going to put the ribbon around both pieces. We're going to go like this, and we'll put so we're going to attach this to this, and then we're going to put the ribbon around the whole thing, right? So, which way I want it to go? I think I'm going to make it go like that. Looking for my Seal Plus. I chose this size paper so that you could get a good look at all the DSP, like the nice pattern would be showing all around. Nice. Oops, a little line of adhesive there. All right, so now, let's keep that there. And this one we can't attach yet because we need extra pieces we need like extra little things. So I'm just trying to get the extra little adhesive off the sides. And I'm going to have to unwrap my ribbon because I didn't have any left. When I asked my mom to help, she goes all out. And she helps me so much that I don't even have even a sliver left to help to even do my samples with anymore. All right, so let's go around like so. Get a little piece of this wild wheat like so. Get a little bit extra. Chop it off. Just so it wraps around. And go ahead and put your adhesive across the paper like so. I'm using Seal Plus. I love the little ridges. I love how easy it is to work with. And I'm going to go ahead and put this wild wheat ribbon. It's one of our in colors. Honestly, not my favorite in color. I mean, look at it. However, it goes great with this. When we coordinate, we go all out. When I say we, meaning Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up can really coordinate colors really well. So I'm just putting that. I just put it over the adhesive because I can't really see if that was quite centered, but I put it over the adhesive. Now I'm going to put that in there. Now what I like to do is put a little bit of adhesive over the top of the ribbon, just so it doesn't come undone under there. That's what I like to do. And then I like to put my rest of adhesive around my sides. And if I get any on the extras, I just tuck it under. All right. Pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive over this ribbon just to keep it from ever moving, even though it's under there. Double check under the light that I have adhesive everywhere. And let's put this one on my Mossy Meadow card base. Mossy Meadow card base. Mossy Meadow card base. All right, this is it. Putting it right there. I guess it didn't matter if it was right side up or upside down. Okay, inside piece. Very vanilla. You have 5 1/4, same thing. 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. I've already cut these already, and you already have these in your kit. So just put some adhesive on them. You're going to be able to write it. These are going to be blank inside. We're writing a message. You can write a message inside. All right, now, good, good, good. That is done. Let's do this one. Let's work on this one. So we have this one. The ribbon's going to go over. It's going to be sideways. Oh, I made the paper the wrong direction, but that's okay. We're all good. So I would have normally wanted the green to go this way. After telling you to do that, I did it the wrong way. I did the green the wrong way. And I think I cut all my pieces. Yeah. So you want the green. I mean, unless I make it shorter. That's okay. It's okay, but I'm just saying, you want to make your green go this way for this piece, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it. So now we need this little piece of that little piece over there. So let's see what that was the other side of. It was the other side of one of these pieces here, this piece here. So this little fly fishing piece, I'm just going to go for it and see if it was an inch. I don't remember. I made these cards so long ago. I shall try to see if it was an inch. It might be 3/4. It was 3/4 of an inch. I'll write it down for you. So 3/4 of an inch. Don't cut the width yet. We're just going to put it along here. And then we'll cut the width off with the scissors on the back. So we have a strip of DSP. And that strip is going to be 4.5 by 3/4 of an inch. So one little strip is going to go across your card. Again, your grain is not going to go with the grain. Your grain is going to go the other way. And of course, you're making 2 of each card. So be sure to write your measurements down before you start cutting, so you cut them the right size. Now what I do is I trim off the excess like that, and then I have it the exact right width. But we already told you the width. Now I'm going to take this one, the wild wheat. And you're going to get a piece of wild wheat. You're going to wrap it around this section here. Flip it around. So just give yourself a little bit of extra. And go ahead and put adhesive across this piece. So just a nice way to layer up your card. Wild wheat. Adhere it. Always give yourself extra. It's just way easier. You might be asking, Paper Chef, why don't you just cut the edges? Well, I've tried it that way. For many years, I was doing it the wrong way. And it was like these little, it would fray. If you just cut it here, like the edges fray. And now sometimes you want the edges to fray. So that's okay if you want the edges to fray. But in this case, I don't want the edges to fray. So I did it that way. And by the way, I accidentally put a little extra adhesive. Not extra. I didn't really center the adhesive. So you tuck it under the ribbon if you can. And I can, of course, do this later. But you want to do it while it's still wet. If you put adhesive in the wrong places, just tuck it under the ribbon. Tuck it under, get rid of it. These are all just little things to make your cards look more professional, especially because I sell a lot of what I do. And I like things to look professional. Of course, it gets better over time. As you do this, the more you do this, the more professional your cards look. I mean, I literally used to throw stickers on the front of a card and be like, I'm a card maker. And I was a card maker. I took a card that was already folded for me and threw stickers on the front. That was a card maker. And of course, look at where we are now. Whole she shed full of stuff. All right. So there. Anyway, now let's put that there. I gave away a lot of crafts today. Cards in the mail, birthday things. So hopefully all this stuff is making others as happy as it makes me, which is what crafting is all about. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Actually, it looks okay this way too, the grain. And also, you know, this is the same. This card could be turned this way. But the thing is, I like it horizontal because of the way I put the balmy blue. This is a balmy blue card base. We will always have this one. This card, right? We will always have a blue, something blue each month, right? Something blue. Okay, you're asking what my recommendation is for? Not sure what you're asking, Karen. But yesterday on YouTube, they said, do you want to recommend any products? And I tried to find my cute little Keurig coffee maker to recommend. Because, you know, anything that you click on, if you watch the ads or if you click on things, you support my channel. It was just the first time YouTube ever asked me that. It said, do you want to recommend a product? And I said, okay. So I started searching for a Keurig. And then lo and behold, my little teal Keurig, the one that I actually have in my room, it wasn't there on the list, but this little cute red Keurig came out. And well, of course, I love coffee and I love Keurigs. So if that's what you're talking about, I didn't know it was still in this video. I did it for yesterday's live premiere of my ScanNCut video. If you missed the live premiere of that, we created these little boxes with the ScanNCut, the front of the boxes. So I don't know if that's what you're recommending. If you're talking about that recommendation, is if it's still here somewhere, that's what that was. My ScanNCut video. But if you're talking about something else, I have no idea what you're talking about when you say, what do I recommend? All right, so now I'm going to just tell you about the card bases. We have 2 kinds of card bases. Like so, we have this one. And then we have the Mossy Meadow. Okay, like so. So we have one that's like really long, right, like this. Right? So the Mossy Meadow card base is going to be 11 inches by 4¼ high. And it's going to be score at 5½. So you're scoring it. It's 11 inches by 4¼ high, scoring at 5½. Okay, that's this card. And then this card is the Balmy Blue card, Balmy Blue. And it is 8½. Well, here, I'll write it up here. I'll write it right on it. 8½ by 4. Let's see. By 8½. I'm sorry, wrong card. Balmy Blue. 8½ by 5½. 5½ high, 8½ wide. Okay, score at 4¼ there. Sometimes I get a brain fart. Score. I do this so much. Okay, but I still get. Okay, so those are all the measurements. Anywho, we got our paper. We got everything done. I'm putting a piece of very vanilla on the inside. And then we're ready for our turtles and our sea stars. And we have to do a lot of cutting. Apologize for that. You probably can use your ScanNCut on these turtles, but I have not tried. I just use scissors for my turtles. These are really cool reversible stamps. So because it is a card club, I didn't require any extra tools. I didn't want to assume anyone had a ScanNCut. So I just simply cut everything out with scissors. That's what I did for this card club. And you don't need any dies for this card club or anything. All you need is a stamp set. I send you all the other supplies. Unlike my workshops, those require some more. Like you would need a die and things like that. I mean, die cuts. All right, so let's see. I got all these colors out. Why do I have so many colors out? Oh, because I wanted to show you, like, my Mossy Meadow wasn't... If you only have Mossy Meadow, that's fine. But my Mossy Meadow was just not having... I was not getting a good image with it. So I'm just taking a piece of very... We're going to stamp in on the very vanilla with our sea turtle. You should have an extra piece in there to stamp onto, I think. I hope I gave you an extra piece. If not, I apologize. Now, this is the sea turtle we're going to use. We'll do the little turtle first. It's much easier to understand. We're going to do the sea star as well. So we'll make a few sea stars in crumb cake, but everything is reversible. Everything has more details on the other side. So this is pretty cool. We're going to... Okay, I think it's just easier if I show you with this little stamp. The reversible part of this. So what I like to do is take the light color. The lighter color happens to be... Ooh, that's hard to get open. Wild wheat. Okay, wild wheat. That's the lighter color. So you're going to take... It's a reversible stamp, so we're going to take the flat side and put it up. Using the stamping block I just had out here. Stamping block, where are you? Where are you? Here you go. All right, so flat side up. Okay, meaning flat side. Watch this. Check this out. So it's like this. Okay? And you're like, ew. Right. That's because we're going to off stamp. So remember I told you that's not my favorite color, but look, when you go like that and then that, much better, right? Sorry, I'm coughing a little bit. Oh, I better not have dipped that in wild wheat. Please move my cards away from there. Okay, so tap, tap, tap. Stamp on, stamp off. So we want to stamp off, okay? So we're going to stamp. I'm going to stamp onto this. Let's put the silicone mat under here. Or put it over here. And then we're going to stamp onto this paper. We're going to do this a few times, make us a few turtles. Okay, good. Now, stamp on, stamp off. Okay, good. I know it looks pretty ugly so far, but it will get better. Okay, stamp on, stamp off. All right, so good. How many do we need? We need 2 turtles, so we should have more than enough, but let's go ahead in case the next part doesn't come out good. Okay, good. So now we have our turtle, our backgrounds, but it's a reversible stamp. So we're going to flip it over. I'm just going to flip it over and put it. Well, we probably should wipe it off a bit, but hey, it is what it is. We're not going to wipe it off. We're going to stick it on the other side of my stamping block. All right, so now we want to take the next color. And like I said, my Mossy Meadow, see, look what happened. My Mossy Meadow got all kinds of messed up. So you really would use Mossy Meadow because it is the coordinating color. But I found that the Old Olive works just fine. And I can't remember if I did on and off, so let's try it. Stamp on. Nope, I just did it right as it was because my Old Olive wasn't too dark. So I just did it as it was. So we just stamp right over the top of that one. We're going to cut it out, so don't worry if you go a little outside the lines. Ooh, he's so cute. Okay, see what I mean? This ugly wild wheat turtle is actually cute when you give him some Old Olive. Otherwise, he's kind of ugly. I mean, let's admit, wild wheat is not the best color for a turtle, but it's a great background color for a turtle. So there you have it. And now you need to cut yourself out a couple turtles. Okay, let's leave that. Let me get some baby wipes because I have ink all over my table at this point. I got it all over this part. I got it on this part. I got it on my hand. I need to leave that open though because we need it for later because we're still using this color palette. So now I'm just going to go ahead and, I usually would wash, I'd probably just wash this off in the sink. I mean, to me, this color looks like baby puke, but it goes good with Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. I mean, you guys know how many mothers out there saw this color on a baby wipe before. Hee, maybe not puke, but you know what I'm saying. Just saying. I think I'm going to wash that later in the sink because I don't think it's quite clean. So now we are going to, I'm trying to put this somewhere so it doesn't get all over the place. All right, we need to cut out our turtles is what I was doing. So you see we need a couple turtles cut out like so. So I will just sort of chat and cut. I need a fine pair of scissors. I'm looking for my Stampin' Up. These are my like fine paper snips. So I'm just going to pick the best couple turtles and sort of cut all around the edges. And if I got outside the lines, that's okay because when you cut your turtle, it'll just work. And let's see if I put any turtles in my bucket of crafty goodness. I may have already have a couple of, yeah. So I probably just need to do one because I have a turtle right here from before. So you don't need to like sit and wait for me to cut out two turtles, but just kind of see that my technique for cutting out is pretty much the scan and cut. I mean, honestly, I hardly ever cut out things, but when I do have to cut out things, notice how I'm moving the paper and as not really the scissors as much as I'm moving the paper. So you kind of need two hands and you just sort of kind of cut and turn your paper at the same time. It seems to work for me a lot better than trying to move my scissors all the time, cut, open, shut. Instead, I just sort of move my scissors once and sort of move the paper, and then it just sort of stays in the right alignment and doesn't look jagged. And I'm not doing any outline distance because it's a lot easier just to cut right along the Z lines. So we will cut out one turtle because I already have another turtle. And we're going to go back to that stamp set. Now this stamp set here called Sea Turtle doesn't have any sentiments with it. It's just a image stamp set. It's a really cool image stamp set. As you see, it's reversible. However, you need sentiments. So you're going to pick whatever stamp set you have. But if you've been in my club for a couple months, you know that we started with Circle Sayings a couple months ago in June. My inaugural club members, my founding club members had Circle Sayings. So if you should still have that stamp set. So we're going to use the little sayings from Circle Sayings again and again throughout our card club because I'm assuming that most of you already have that. And that's what we're going to be using for our sentiments. So what I do is I cut off a little piece like that to make it easier for me to move the paper. Cut off any excess paper and sort of just do that. So Circle Sayings is what we're using. And then the next month, July card club was Bird's Eye View. And we used Circle Sayings again because Bird's Eye View that you picked, the card club members get to pick the stamp set in my using my survey. And when you picked it, you picked another one that didn't have sentiments. So again, we used the Circle Sayings. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to do the crumb cake part. I don't think I used Very Vanilla, but I may have. Let's try it. We'll try Very Vanilla. I may have used Very Vanilla. Let's slap off a little section here and do some sea stars. All right, we need crumb cake. This is crumb cake. And we're going to put our sea star. We're going to do the flat section. Again, the flat section is push up against it. Let's try it. I don't remember. We're going to put here in case you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just down here. Let's let you guys see those measurements for those who just came in. So we're going to just put that there. All right, that's really dark. So what I probably did is something like that. I stamped off and then stamped on. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. Stamp off, stamp on. Stamp off, stamp on. We'll just do 4. We'll just do 4. Okay, now what I did is I turned the stamp over and mounted it. And this time, I'm just stamping the other part, the texture. So we stamp the texture. It's a sea star, so it shouldn't really matter. I mean, everything lines up. There shouldn't really be, because I'm going to cut it all out along the edges anyway, so. All right, good. And let's look in my bucket of crafty goodness to see if I have any extras. Oh, I do, and I colored these a little bit with a blending brush, I think. Maybe I didn't even do a background. I may have just colored them with the blending brush. Oh, and I even did one in a different color palette for the other card, or just as plain round. So, all right, we'll just use these and cut these out. They should be easy to cut out. Looking for my snips that you all have a lot to look at. All right, let's see. This one's cute. No, this one's the cutest. Now, because it's already very vanilla, it kind of matches with the crumb cake, and leaving a little edge there doesn't matter. But if you were using white, I would definitely sponge color over it to make it look more crumb cake, because if you use white, you'll have a lot of white edges showing, and in which case you want to ink around them with your little blending brush. And you can see how I added, for the ones that are on my table, I added a little bit of wild wheat with my blending brush, and it came out. They came out cute. So we'll probably just leave it. We'll use those. Okay. So good, good, good. And what I mean by using wild wheat is you just take a little bit of ink from the stamp pad, right? And you just take it a little bit and you put it on, just tap it off, right? And then you can sort of do that to your sea stars. And they kind of came out cute like that. See, they have a little bit of darkness on one side. So I think we'll just use those 3 sea stars. And then we're going to keep that the stamping block because we need it for the next part. Now, this next part, what I used, I've already done these, but what I used is this punch called the double oval punch, okay? We're not going to do that. We're not going to actually use the double, we're going to use it, but I'm saying we're going to use the shapes I already have cut out. So why use it again when I already have all these extra shapes? Whenever I'm preparing for a card club, I always make loads of extra shapes. Because what I do with all my leftover pieces, like I have loads of extra pieces and kits right here. If I don't have a full kit, I'm not going to package it up to like sell it in the future. I just simply make all the cards. So what I do is after this, I just make all the cards. They might not look exactly like, but at least I have all the cards made. So now that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink up this with a little bit of wild wheat. And then I'm going to stamp Because You're Awesome using, not that one. I had it out. Not that one. Let's look for it. It was one of the new colors. I had it out. Here it is. Pebbled Path. So we're going to stamp the sentiment in Pebbled Path. And as I mentioned, the sentiments are from Circle Sayings. Circle Sayings. You can get everything I'm showing you. Every single thing I'm showing you is not from the holiday catalog. It's from the annual catalog, meaning it's all available right now at my Stampin' Up! Store. I'm just stamping over here first. So go ahead and get it if you like anything you're seeing here. Okay? Because You're Awesome. All right, so that's how to make that. And now it's ready to assemble the card, and hoping not to get ink all over everything, Let's see if I need this again for the next one, smile. And I do, so we're gonna need that, but I'm gonna go ahead and close it because I'm afraid of making a mess. Because like you can see, I've already made a mess. I've already got wild wheat on the bottom of this card, no matter how much I clean up. There it is. But you know what I do? Is I go with it and make it look like it was supposed to be like that. So what I'll do is I'll put the very vanilla inside this card, and then I'll go around the outside with wild wheat and just splot it all over the outside of this card to make it look like it was supposed to do that. And then it'll look kind of cool. I mean, later, if I want to. I mean, I'm saying you can fix things easily. It's not a big deal. You just make it look like you're supposed to do that. All right, so my card is here, and I'm going to lay this out there, put it on dimensionals. Let's see. I'm just using some Stampin' dimensionals. And I'm just going to plop, 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 plop. Come on. Put that on there. And then we're going to pop up the little sea stars. Well, we'll do these. Probably do these last because we want to put the turtles on first. Let's put the turtles. I'm just going to use a big dimensional and a little dimensional. All right, let's see. Turtle, like so. And the other turtle up here a little bit more. Where'd you go? You're all the way over here. Okay, super cute. And then we just put some sea stars around. There's one that's already sticking, so we'll put one up there. Put one down here in the middle. And I just do 3 stars for the sort of the odd number effect here. I like to use odd numbers of embellishments. I use 2 turtles, 3 sea stars, and then I used a few pearls. Let me see what I have in my bucket here. Without having to open up all my other embellishments. Here's some opal rounds. Just seeing if I have any pearls. If not, I'll just use some. Or you get the idea. I could just show you pearls. Where are you? Here we go. Here's a few. These are just all I have left from my kit. Not much, but let's see what I did with the other ones. All right, we have pearl, pearl, pearl. Okay, we're going to stick a pearl over here, up there, and down there. So we have these little pearls. I'm going to put one in the little blue part just to make it cute. So that is how to finish off that card. And now we'll do the other turtle card. Yay for turtles. And I'm going to say hi to all you fun people who are coming on late to craft with me. Hello, Hilda and Cheryl and Linda and Yvonne and Karen, Charlene, Kathy, Books and Life, Caroline. I know Carolyn too. I hate when I do that. Tracy, Nubia, Yvonne. Glue eraser works. Yes, I have a glue eraser. Thank you, Yvonne. Okay. She is talking about this guy, which I forgot about. I have a glue eraser, which I should have used on those little parts. This is a glue eraser. And I should have used it when I was getting off that extra adhesive. I forget about all these things that are sitting right in front of me in my drawers. In my drawers. Hi, Tracy Lee. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Okay. Cutting for clay. Okay, good. Kathy's saying she's working on her Hey Chuck kit as we do this. Okay, so now Karen's asking what's a reasonable price to sell a card. Well, it depends. You can get $5, $4. Never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, sell a card like this for less than $3 because you are completely devaluing your work and professionalism. So I would say, $5 is what I would charge, 2 for $9 or something like that. But I would rather give it away than sell it for $3. What I often do is say, buy an apron, buy one of my mom's aprons. I'm just putting this on a big block as I talk to you. And then when you purchase one of her aprons, you get a free card of mine at a craft fair. I'd rather give it to someone than sell it for less than that. So, you know, $5 is good, only because the market will bear. Really, you should, you know, technically, this should be like a $10 card. But I mean, we can't, the market's only, you gotta do what the market will bear. And the thing is, this is gonna be way quicker. Like, yes, it took me a half hour to make it, but I was teaching you, okay? I wouldn't just make one card. I would make 10 of the same card, right? I hope that makes sense. I would make 10 of the same card. Oh, this is going to be dark. You know what? I might use the sponge for this one. This is way too juicy. Ugh. Ugh. Let's see if I can do it. I think I'm going to have to use the sponge, but we'll see. We'll try it. Ugh. No. We're not going to do that. That just makes me look, ugh. We're going to use the sponge color technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to take we're going to still do the other part of this. So we're going to do this part of this stamp. We're going to stamp the old olive part. Let's keep the wild wheat over here just to put a little bit of ink on it. So we're going to have a little wild wheat ink over there like that. I'm going to close this wild wheat. And what I'm going to do is just do the old olive portion. So old olive on this portion of the stamp. And I flipped the stamp over because remember, it's a reversible stamp. So let's just test. Let's see if I test that I covered the whole stamp. Okay, good. So Linda's saying she sells hers $5 each. Thank you, Linda, for explaining. And 5 for 20. Okay, good. So she gets 5 for 20. That's a good way of doing it. The more you buy, the more they get. Now, if you're going to start selling them $5 each, 4 for 20, please don't go making 20 different card designs to sell. Make 3 or 4 card designs for selling. Make sure they're easy, multiples of them, and that you can mass produce them. Okay? So, oops. I totally just left my poor turtle leg off the end of this card. Mass produce them. Don't sit there and make cards that are super time consuming. Make cards that you can mass produce. And then you can get your $5. And then it's okay because you're making several in 1 hour. Okay, so that's okay. If you're making several in 1 hour, it's okay. If it takes you an hour to make a card and you're only getting $5, you could have gone to Walmart and made way more money working at Walmart. So please don't do that. Don't devalue yourself. You make it bad for all of us crafters. When you guys devalue the time and your professionalism, then all of us get told, well, they usually don't cost that much. Well, that's because other people are selling them for too little, and that's the problem. I'm just going to keep on trying this as I'm talking to you. I think I need a little bit more ink on this. Oh, you know what I need is I need my silicone mat. That's what it is. I need a better flat surface because my table's not flat. So let's try this. Let's try this. Okay. Ah, perfect. Oh! All right. I'm happy with that image. Now, what I'm going to do is instead of using this, I don't know what that is, god-awful background. We're going to use this little block here with our little baby puke on it. And we're just going to get in there and get your brush. Get in there, put some on your mat, right? And then just go in there and color your turtle, right? Color Mr. Turtle. I haven't even finished saying hi to you guys. I just got off on a whole thing about craft fairs, but hello, Phyllis. Okay, yeah, so Carolyn said she changed too many diapers. Oh, Carolyn. Right, so you know what I'm talking about with the color. And yes, hello, Phil from Florida and Bonnie from Wisconsin. Yeah. So I know what you mean. It's like Lala's Crafts, hello, and Hilda and Nubia. Thank you, Lynn is saying don't forget to hit the like button. So, even if you don't like baby puke, but you like me, please hit the like button. All right. We're going to now cut this guy out. Now, see, it doesn't matter that I went way outside the lines because, you see, I'm going to get rid of all that excess part. So this is another way to use instead of using it as a reversible stamp, you can just sort of color the background in. But you do need 2 colors for your turtle. I mean, I would say use whatever coordinates with your papers that you're using. So, of course, next time we're not going to be using these colors at all. The old olive, we're going to be going with a whole different color palette because we're working with a different designer series paper called Hello Irresistible, or is it Hello Irresistible Blooms? But one or the other. Irresistible something or other. And that has like a pretty peacock color and a Lost Lagoon and a soft sea foam. And we have other colors, so we're going to use a different color palette for our turtle. But you want your inside and outside colors to coordinate together. This time I'm giving it a little bit of an outline. And I think this one I need to chop this little piece of paper off. Like, I think this is harder for me over here because it's such a big piece of paper. I find it easier to work with smaller pieces of paper. Okay, little flipper. Come on, little flipper. You are good. And I could have cut him out ahead of time, but I definitely wanted to show you how to color him and everything. Now, every month in our Card on Blue, we do 2 videos, at least 2 videos, because we always work with a couple different designs for your cards. And then you have different papers, so I always do a video for each paper that you get sent. So next month's papers with the handmade hugs, one of those, you're going to be getting the blend with the planets, like Starburst? Oh my gosh, I already forgot the name of it. The one with all the stars. Not Starburst. Okay, somebody's going to tell me what that's called. But you're getting some of that really cool paper with all these really cool colors in it. And then you'll get some Zany Zoo paper. And that has like a little bit of other colors in it. So you're going to have like, that has a lot of black and whites, but it also gets some ribbons from it. The stargazing, thank you, Kathy. I knew you'd say stargazing paper. So I've already ordered that paper. So it's coming. Slow boat to China, but it's coming. And you're going to get 2 papers from the annual catalog plus a little surprise paper. I always give you an extra little DSP that we work with. Sometimes it's delightfully eclectic because it's a bulk paper. Sometimes it's a retired paper that I've been hoarding for you guys. But you always get some extra little paper of some kind. And then you get your card bases and you get envelopes. You get you get 8 envelopes. Like this month you have, to go with this project, your very vanilla envelopes are in there. See, that's very vanilla envelopes. 4 very vanilla envelopes and 4 basic white envelopes. And then for the other month, sometimes we just work with basic white. I really need to put that over there so it doesn't get on anything. All right, let's find the card and put this on there. Oh, we need more of our little sea stars. But we already have them, so we just cut those out. That's okay. It's all good. I already have them ready. I put 3 sea stars on each card because I just thought that looked cute. And there's lots of different papers that are retired that would really go well with the sea turtle. One is the Waves of the Ocean, it's called. I think it's called that. Waves of the Ocean paper. It has waves, but I just couldn't get enough of it for the whole card club. It was already retired, so I couldn't get any more. And I thought of using that. Then I tried to use the Boho Beach kit. I was going to give you some of the Boho Beach kit. But then that ran out because that got so popular. Now, kits are on sale this month, and I'm not sure if it's back in stock. But that was pretty much our most popular kit recently. But all kits are either 10, 20, or 30% off. There's lots of kits that are available. And anyway, the Boho Beach kit was what I was going to give you. And then that didn't work out. And then I was thinking there's this other one with the seashells. It went along with the one called like Friends Are Like Seashells. There's a stamp set. But then there used to be a whole suite with seashells. I was like, that would go good with this. But then I only had 1 pack of that. So basically, that's why I'm using Let's Go Fishing. And that's why I'm using Hello Irresistible. I was just trying to find anything that would look sort of nautical. And that's kind of how I ended up with this. And I was thinking stargazing would look kind of nautical, but then I tried it and it looked more like stars. It didn't really look like water, unless you do parts of it, but I couldn't guarantee which parts you're going to get for each section. Yeah, I think they'll be getting Boho Beach kit back. I just don't know if it's going to be back before the end of the sale. I'd have to look at the date it'll be available. If it's back before the end of the sale, I want to definitely stock up for it because you guys are probably going to vote on something nautical again because I've already had requests for future card clubs. It's like maybe we'll do whale watching. There's a whale watching. A stamp set in the catalog right now. in the mini catalog that's coming out. When you guys hear me talk about mini catalog, everything I'm showing you right now is available now. But next month we have a mini catalog coming out. And even though it's like a holiday Christmassy catalog, it still has like some really cool year-round stuff in it that we can use for Card Club, including lots of cool sentiments, stamp sets, including whales, and there's even some flowers in there. So, I mean, it's really versatile, even though it's a holiday catalog stamp set. But I'll be letting you guys vote on one of the future ones. All right, so there we go. Let's see. We need a sentiment now. It says smile in the middle. So we're going to use this one again, pebbled path. I'm just making that little, so you can see those measurements. Pebbled path will go there. And I'm going to take the inside of the double oval punch. And yes, I saved my trash. This was actually from Buc-ee's. Do you guys ever been to Buc-ee's? It's such a fun place along the highway. Well, you get these little snacks when you're on a road trip inside these containers. And I'm like, oh, you know, they'd be perfect for my crafty goodness because of all the little compartments. So there I have my trash, saving it for a good cause. And there goes my sea stars. And I'm looking for the smile from this one, Circle Sayings. Only because it fit on the small oval. So did the word today, but smile worked better. So that's what we're using. I'm using three of the 4 cards this month are going to be from the Circle Sayings. And then one would be from, I'm just taking this stamp off. Is from the Paper Pumpkin kit. Oh yeah, that's good. So I'm just putting a smile on here. I'm putting a smile on my inside, and then I'm not inking that one up because it's too small, so I'm just putting that. So she saves the spoons from her gelato. Yes, if you ever go to like inside Bath and Body Works and they're like, would you like to try our lip gloss? Well, like whether you want to try the lip gloss or not, like say yes, because you get those cute little spoons that are great for your embossing powder. And Kathy's saying she saves the spoons from her gelato. I mean, how fun is it though? You want to sample the lip gloss. I mean, pamper yourself. I mean, don't just sample the lip gloss. Get the lip gloss. If you like the lip gloss, get the lip gloss. Okay, and we're going to put that. So I'm going to put that one on. I'm going to look at the card. This is my sample. So it went up a little bit above that little section there. So it went like that, only to fit the turtle. So sort of like that. Now it was already popped up with dimensionals, as you can see. So I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive back there, and it'll go like so. And then this turtle, was he on dimensionals? Yes, he's on dimensionals. And so are all these little stars. And then I think you can also put some of these little pearls on that card as well. So that is how to do it. This is how we do it. And it's okay that you have this whole craziness going on back there because nobody can see that anyway. Now you have small dimensionals this month in your package. That's why I'm also showing you the small dimensionals. Use those for all the little flippers and stuff to keep your card. You might think, well, it doesn't matter. It sticks enough without so many dimensionals, but parts of your card are going to lift up when they take it in and out of the envelope. So the more you put the little dimensionals on the flippers, maybe on the head, I'm going to put a mini dimensional up on the head. That's why I gave you mini dimensionals. Now, in the regular kit this month, I'm going to put it like so. In the regular kit this month, the Hey Chuck kit, you had some dimensionals, like regular dimensionals, big ones. I'm just putting a little bit of wild wheat on my sea stars because I thought it looked cool. So I'm just doing that a little bit to my sea stars. Also, it kind of keeps the edges a little bit smoother because of the way I was coloring them. Yep, I like that. A little bit of dimension there. So put one up there. And where we're going to put one down there. And I'll show you the other cards we're making, and I'll show you. Oops, I'm putting it on by itself. You're probably like, why are these dimensionals a weird color? These were ones that came in a Paper Pumpkin kit, so a little bit strange color. Okay. Let me try to move all of this. Let me move all of this stuff over there. Hopefully you wrote all that down. I need to get, anytime I show cards, I need to get all that extra ink way far away because all it does is just get all over everything. So we'll put all these ink pads. So review, we used Old Olive and Wild Wheat for the turtles. We used Crumb Cake for the sea stars. Oops, make sure that's shut or you'll dry out your ink. Pebbled Path for the sentiments. All right. We're going to put some extra pearls on these, I think. See if I have 6 left, which I do. I'm just going to go ahead and use these up. So if you have extra pearls, use them. You could use your opal rounds too, but I forget if I use them in the next card. I'm going to check. I think I used them on the other card, the opal rounds. So we'll use these little flat-backed pearls. These are great with that By the Bay. We did a workshop on By the Bay. So there you have it. We have made this month's Card on Blue Card Club with sea turtles, circle sayings, and gone fishing. You're going to be able to make 2 of each card using your gone fishing, or not gone fishing, let's go fishing designer series paper. Let's go fishing. Okay, not gone fishing. Okay, then we're going to be making, for the other part of this card club, we're going to be using a different color palette and different paper we're going to be using for this next video, which will be this week, because this is week 3, and week 3 of the month I always do my card club. It gives me a chance to send them out. Although one of you didn't get your card club yet. Everybody else got it. Hopefully it's already delivered, but one person didn't yet. But you will. You'll get it. So this one, Hello Irresistible Designer Series Paper. Well, because we're using this color palette, we're going to be making these turtles with different color palettes. So this will be basic white instead of very vanilla, and these are the 2 cards we're making. I smeared it up here, a little bit, smeared the ink, but we're going to show you how to stamp the little bubbles and the turtle, and we'll ink around the edges a bit. I even inked around the edges there. And we used the soft seafoam ribbon, the other ribbon that you had in your little pack. So you had a couple colors. We'll be using the other color ribbon, and there's your opal rounds. So in your little kit, you had some opal rounds here and there, and that's what we'll be using them on these cards. So this is what we're making next. And just to show you what we've been making for the last couple months, in case you want to know what Card on Blue is all about, we make lots of fun stuff in this club. During the month of July, I'm looking for this little caddy I had. Caddy. Here we go. This is what we made in the month of July. Now, we didn't make every single one. Well, we did make them as part of the card club, but some of these are with my ScanNCut. So this one was the card club because I give you simple shapes to stamp onto. So we used Bird's Eye View stamp set, and this is what we made using the masterfully made designer series paper. And I told you I take all my extra DSP from my card club kits, and I just keep making extra cards. So you can see how I kept making extra cards. And this one was ScanNCut. This was Card Club, Card on Blue. This was my ScanNCut and a gatefold card. ScanNCut, ScanNCut, ScanNCut. Card on Blue. This is what we made in the Card Club, Card on Blue. I embossed these pieces for you. This is how we frayed the ribbon. We frayed the copper clay ribbon. Okay, so we made lots of fun stuff, and this is more Card on Blue. Card on Blue, Card on Blue. This is what we made, and this one's a Card on Blue. So that's all. We made 4 different designs during the month of July with the Bird's Eye View stamp set. And you can see how many extras I made using all the extra pieces I had cut out. And that was just the month of July. And then during the month of June, we did Circle Sayings, and this was our card club. So all these videos are there on YouTube for you to watch. We made 2 of these, and then these were actually slightly different designs. So if we made, we made these and these. I think there was even another kind. So this was Inked Botanicals paper. I tell you, I give you 2 kinds of paper each month. You get to try everything in my card club. Pretty much most of the catalog by the time we're done. And then some of this was Countryside in Designer Series paper. So we used Circle Sayings. This was the Circle Sayings. This was Bird's Eye View. And then this month was, or it still is going on, Sea Turtle. Next month is Hugs. Handmade hugs. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. Oh, there you are, Janet. Better late than never. Go back and watch the beginning. And yes, Karen, you are right. By the Bay would be great with this. I just didn't have enough of that either. And let's see. Bonnie, I don't know about your answer to your question, but we're going to see if it comes back in the boho blue, hopefully by the end. And thank you, Anna. I appreciate you all. Have a great evening.